Today we are going to participate in another commemoration of the first Thanksgiving that occurred on America's shores. The first English-speaking Thanksgiving. The first English-speaking Thanksgiving that included native non-English speakers. I'm sure some of the folks from the Chickahominy tribe were here. Today we're kind of channeling the Wayanak tribe who lived in closest proximity to what is now called Berkeley. But we welcome you here today, and we, on behalf of the tribe, we'd like to acknowledge the warm friendship we've had with the Jameson family over the years. Jamie has stepped up to the plate, and we carry on that tradition. But the Chickahominy people feel very welcome here, and each year we're glad to come here and be part of this commemoration. It still blows my mind that all of the academicians up north, evidently the calendar that they use in the 17th century must have had 1620 before 1619. That's the only thing I can figure. For those folks to call that the first Thanksgiving in America. But we're here to tell you that 1619 did come before 1620. And that we are commemorating the first Thanksgiving that occurred on these shores. And that Thanksgiving identified closely with our culture, because we always, at the fall of the year, our tribe would gather and give thanks to the Creator for the bounties that we were able to glean from our gardens and our farms over the summer that would sustain us through the winter months. So Thanksgiving to the Creator was not something new to us. And I'd ask you to stay tuned. I've been talking to Jamie and the leaders of the Chickahominy tribe. We envision a super powwow on these grounds. It would probably take 4 or 5 years to plan it, but we envision having our friends from England to be here to be part of that event. So stay tuned, and as the plans come closer to fruition, we will keep you updated. But I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the first Assistant Chief of the Chickahominy tribe, Wayne Atkins, and he in turn will introduce the other chief that's standing up here with me.
Thank you, Chief. Again, I'd like to extend my welcome to you, to these lands that have always been part of our culture and our history, regardless of who actually owns the land. It's very much a part of our history. And so we'll be sharing with you today some of the dances of the Chickahominy tribe. And as we share those dances with you, we'll also share some of the history of our tribe and other tribes in the country, or in this part of the country, because we're all very similar in our lifestyle. So a lot of what we'll talk about will include many of the tribes in this particular area. So with that, I'd like to introduce our second Assistant Chief, Reggie Stewart.
I also would like to extend greetings from the Chickahominy tribe. The meaning of Chickahominy is coarse pounded corn people. And as my chief stated, we were one of the 30 some odd tribes that made first contact with the English. And we also entered into a treaty to provide corn to the settlers in Jamestown. So as the first Assistant Chief mentioned, we'd like to share a part of our culture with you, and I hope that will encourage you to learn more about the tribes in the state of Virginia. Many folks aren't aware that there still are Indians in Virginia, and I'd like to just say to you that there are still plenty of Indians here in the state, and they're happy to share their culture with you and provide any information you're looking for in regard to our history. So I hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you.
Again, I'm Stephen Atkins, Chief of the tribe, and I would ask you today to be mindful of these grounds, use the proper trash receptacles, and make this place look as clean when you leave as it was when you got here. And I say that because it's very near and dear to the hearts of Native people that we protect the environment, that we keep it for the next 7 generations. So again, be kind to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth will be kind to you. Thank you.
We're going to start our dance presentation in just a few minutes. We'll be doing the dance up on the hill here, so I'm not sure if you can see very well where you're seated. If you'd like to walk up and gather around where we're dancing, you're welcome to do that, or you're welcome to stay in your seats here. We have a microphone up there. I'll be able to talk to you and let you know what's going on, but if you would like to get a closer look, feel free.
We're one of the largest tribes in the area, so we continue to maintain that part of our distinction as a part of our history. The first dance that we're going to do is called the welcome dance. Many of you have asked the question I've heard today is whether we were considered to be Powhatan Indians. And it's a hard question to answer without doing a lot of background information. We sometimes consider ourselves Powhatan Indians because we live in the same area as those tribes that are under Chief Powhatan under his rule. We share the same language and same culture, but we were never under Powhatan's control. We were very independent. We were known to be good warriors, good fighters, so because of that, and because we were such a large tribe, we were never called with Powhatan's chieftain. And so, in that respect, we were not Powhatan Indians, even though in another respect we were, because we do share a lot of the same traits. This dance is one of the things that I think differentiates us from some of the other tribes. The Powhatan tribes generally had one chief and maybe a sub-chief in each of the villages, each of the tribes. They reported back to Powhatan, who was the paramount chief. Chickahominy, on the other hand, didn't have a single chief. We had 8 leaders called the Mungais, the Council of Elders. Many of them were religious leaders because religion was very important in our culture. Religious leaders had lots of influence, and most things never took place without the religious leaders weighing in and giving their opinion of what they thought and how they thought it might go. So religious leaders had a very important place in the tribe. Again, Chickahominy had 8 of these leaders, the Mungais, many religious leaders, others who have done important things within the tribe to differentiate themselves and to show that they were great leaders. So in this particular dance called the welcome dance, whenever a visiting leader came to do business with the Chickahominy tribe, he was required to dance to the Mungais, to the tribal council. One person would be appointed to be the chief Mungai or the spokesman for the tribe, and the visitor would dance to that particular individual. And then when that individual felt that the visitor came in peace and friendship and could be trusted, he would dance with that visiting individual, because we feel that when you dance with a person, you've established a certain bond or relationship with them. And so in this dance, the visitor will dance until the chief feels that it comes in peace and friendship, and then they'll dance together. This is our welcome dance.
Hey!